Mizzah, it's the show about Mizzah Tee. It's the show about Mizzah Tee.
I think I will touch that at least, as far as I want to touch, because it's like I just find it hard to believe, because nobody was really saying it during the Wii U when it wasn't quote unquote safe as a Nintendo fan or a fan of the Wii U to dogpile on it. Nobody was really saying, "Oh man, I just don't want to do it that way." Maybe, no, I can't. I can't think of a game. And I was pretty deep into this community during the Wii U era, especially. So I don't remember people saying, "Oh man, this is too distracting. I can't do this. You want me to look up and down?" That didn't really happen until about Star Fox Zero, when it was safe to the dish on the Wii U. Before that, every Nintendo fan was defending it for the isometric gameplay, defending it for all that stuff. It wasn't until it was safe, and I contend with anybody, any Nintendo fan YouTuber, none of them were dishing on any of these things until it was safe, until the NX talk, or not NX, yeah, it was NX, the code name, the NX talk. So that started to ramp up. Then it became more safe to say, Wii U this, Wii U that, But I hear all this kind of revisionist history when it comes to the GamePad, and my main thing is like, I don't believe it. Like I don't take it serious, because I don't believe anybody who grew up in the technology age, the computer age, can seriously tell me that having an extra screen to look at from time to time is too much for them. I don't believe it. Like, because you go to these people's houses and they got 2-3 screen setups on their PCs, and obviously you're not using them all at the same time, but you're used to navigating 2 and 3 screens. You got a cell phone you're looking down at, for tweets and Facebook or whatever. You got your TV you're watching, and maybe you're rocking a handheld as well. Like, to me, I just don't believe it. And I don't believe it because it wasn't something people said right away. It was something that came after the fact. And here I am, the dinosaur. I'm the old dude. Like, I'm the one that's supposed to be, you whippersnappers and your new technology, having me look down at this screen. I'm trying to concentrate on the TV screen. I can't look down at this screen too. I should be the one doing that. Anybody younger than me by 5 and 10 and 15 years, I don't believe you. Like, because again, I can look in your house right now, and I bet you got dual screen set up for your PC. You're running a laptop. Some of these dudes are big YouTubers. They're editing, while they watch movies or play video games. They're editing. And you're telling me you couldn't look down on the gamepad that was right in your hand, or pull it up to you and do something like this? That's what I would do. I put it up to my face like this and do, because I wanted to keep an eye on kind of both screens, and I can feel more comfortable. So it's not that difficult. I don't believe people coming out with this excuse now. Like, we got to have a conversation. If you really gonna tell me that's how you felt, it was too distracting for you to deal with. Now, Al Numa saying he believed, the features on Wii U for Breath of the Wild would be distracting. I understand him. He's a uber dinosaur. He's older than me, but that excuse was also bogus, because he later came out, just like I said at the time, he later came out and said, no, we wanted parity between the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild and the Switch version of Breath of the Wild. That's why we got rid of the gamepad stuff. Like I said back when it happened, I was probably the lone dude out there saying, no, Al Newman, you're making shit up. That's not why you took the gamepad features out. We all know it's the same reason you're delaying the game a year. It's because you want parity with the Switch version, which is, I get it. It's fine. I mean, I wish I had my gamepad features, because again, that game was brought up and thought about because of the gamepad. That's why you have the Sheikah Slate to begin with. The Sheikah Slate is the damn gamepad. Plain and simple. We all knew this. So for him to say, oh, it's too distracting, 3 years into development. Nah, bro. Tell us the truth. You didn't tell us the truth then. I said I had a video out talking about, I don't believe you. You're lying. People were not happy with me for saying that. And then he came out later and said, yeah, that's why we got rid of the GamePad features. So I was right. I'm not doing a victory lap because it's pretty obvious. So, Visor Grunt, you could tell Breath of the Wild was used the GamePad at one time. Just look at the UI. Exactly. Just look at the UI of the game. You could tell it was the GamePad. All that stuff is going to be on the GamePad. You can do it in real time. So I missed that. I missed the chance to do that because, Darksiders 2 on Wii U, I love that to death because of real time UI usage. I love that. And I was thinking about that for Breath of the Wild. So, and, Darksiders is, I want to say a Zelda clone, but it takes a lot from Zelda. It takes a lot of cues from Zelda. And so that got me excited. But, so that whole argument of, oh, I can't look down at my gamepad. Let me pull my gamepad up. I can't look down at my gamepad. It's too much to do this. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I mean, come on. Just right here. Put it up. It's right here. Like that. I'm doing my drawing. I can see. I can look and move. And come on. If I can do it, you youngsters definitely can do it. So stop with that excuse. They're not going to stop. But we both know. We all know. Both know. I'm talking to one person here. We all know that it was a bogus excuse. You can see the map and items. Right. Imagine being able to use the gamepad to keep up with shrines and how you map them out and where because that was a big thing for me at the end of Breath of the Wild. Trying to plot my areas and have I been here or have I done this and trying to keep up with that stuff. Yes, you can go into the pause menu and do all that, but it would have been so much easier to real time walking around looking at my map, being able to do it at the same time. So it was really hard for me to find those last few shrines that I was looking for. I wanted all 120, got them all eventually, but it would have been way less painful had I had that situation. And I'm sure, not only that, but think of what was it? The seeds, the Deku seeds, or not seeds. What do they call them in the game? To find all of those. What is it? 999? Something weird, some crazy number. 900 of those things. I think it would have been a lot easier having a map. Korok seeds. Thank you, Unforgiven. I'll tell you, man. I turn this camera on, turn these lights on, and my brain fries, and I forget the simplest of things. But it'd be a lot easier to be able to keep up with where you've been, what you're doing. Yes, you can hit pause, but because you're having to pause your game and stop and try to figure out where you are, it's a lot harder. Unless if I can look in real time on my map and see where I am and where I've been, that would have been just way better and easier. I didn't want to get into a whole spiel about that, but it's just because of this kind of hindsight, backwards revision history when it comes to the Wii U gamepad. That stuff drives me crazy. I defended the Wii U for what I believed to be its merits at the time of the Wii U, and I'm going to do that post Wii U. Unlike some of these other dudes, I'm going to be consistent. I defended the Wii U then about what I saw its merits to be. I also talked about what I thought its flaws were then, and I'm doing the same thing now. It's not worse now that we have the Switch, because there's things on the Switch that are worse than what's on the Wii U. And that's a video in itself. A pretty interesting one coming from me as well. You can still like something and point out its flaws. And I'm going to do that as well. So, the Wii U had flaws, and I pointed those out. And the Switch has flaws. Just because it's selling well doesn't mean it doesn't have any flaws. And I said this. I said this before the Switch came out. I said it's going to sell well. And all this stuff that people complained about on the Wii U, they're not going to complain about on the Switch. I'm still going to continue to complain about these things, and people are going to get on my head about it.